Hey, this is Elizabeth with Mad for Macrame. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to crochet this cup koozie. For supplies, you'll need a 7mm crochet hook, some scissors, a tapestry needle, and for cord, I'm using Bobbiny's 3mm braided, and all the supplies will be linked in the description. One roll will make 3 or 4 koozies. And anytime you use the braided cord, on the skein you'll find on the side there's an end with a knot. Get started, we want to first make a slip knot. And I like to lay the cord on the table, make a loop with the tail on the top side, twist the end, and then push that working cord through that loop you made and tighten down. Then you can add that loop on your hook. We're going to start off by making a chain, and the chain needs to be big enough to wrap around your cup. For these cups, these disposable coffee cups I found, a chain of 24 fits nicely around. To make a chain, we're going to yarn over and pull that loop through 24 times. When you're finished with your chain, you want to lay it flat on the table, and I'm going to put my hook on the left side, so it's kind of laying backwards. Carefully remove your hook and make sure that your chain isn't twisted, and add your hook back in the first chain that we made. Now the last chain we made, add that loop back on your hook. We're going to make a slip stitch. So pull that loop through, and that will join the chain ends together, giving us a ring. I like to go ahead and double check and make sure that this ring will fit on my cup easily. You want to make sure it's not too tight and snug, so it will slide up and down your cup. I found these disposable cups at TJ Maxx, and they had a bunch of different colors and styles with cute little fall patterns if you're interested. For round 2, we want to give the bottom of our koozie a nice pattern. So we're going to make slip stitches in the back bumps. So flip your chain over, and you'll see these little back bumps between the V's. That's where you're going to insert your hook. Starting with that first back bump, you want to insert your hook, yarn over and pull up a loop, and then pull that loop through the one on your hook. Make sure that these slip stitches aren't too tight. To close the round, I like to make a slip stitch back in the first stitch we made. You'll see the tail is sticking out where that first back bump is, and I like to make a slip stitch there. See how those slip stitches give our ring a nice pattern and thickness? It'll just match the top of our koozie also. For round 3, we're going to make 2 single crochets, skip a stitch, and then make 2 single crochets, and follow that same sequence throughout the round. We're working on these top V's, and you want to only pick up the back loop. So you're inserting your hook to the center of the V, and make sure that you're just picking up that one back loop. Add your tail on top so you can stitch around it and weave it in as you go. Pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through both. We need to make 2 single crochets, so back in that same space, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through both. Now you're going to skip the next V and work 2 single crochets in the following. Now we skip and make 2 single crochets again. I'm going to finish up this round and I'll meet you back and show you how it turns out. After round 3, we need to start round 4. So to join the round, we're going to make the invisible join. You want to pull your hook out, making your loop a little bit bigger. And we're going to insert our hook under this first top V. Not the V that's running vertically, but the first V on top that's running horizontal. So insert your hook from back to front and pull that loop through, just like we do on a basket. You don't want that loop too big, so pull back on your working cord to tighten it up. Below the loop, you'll see that we have those 2 single crochets that we made. So we have 2 V's. We have the one on the right and the V on the left. You want to insert your hook in the V on the left side, making sure it goes through the center in the front and the center on the back side too. So below the loop and to the left, insert your hook and pull up a loop. Add that second loop on your hook, yarn over, and pull through both. For the next round, we're going to work in those front V's. You want to make another single crochet back in that same space we made the join. Now we're going to skip a V and then make 2 single crochets in the next. Just like the goose feet pattern. Go back in that same space and place our second single crochet. We skip the next V and make 2 single crochets in the following. Following that same pattern for the rest of the round. Skip a V and then make 2 single crochet, skip a V, make 2 single crochet. And finish that up and I'll meet you back. After each round, you should have 23 stitches on top. Do a quick count. And 23, and the join will count as our 24th stitch. Just like the last round, we're going to start with that invisible join. Pull your hook out, making your loop a little bit bigger, and then insert your hook in that first stitch on top from back to front and pull the loop through. Make sure your loop isn't too big. Just want it big enough for your hook to go through. And directly below the loop, you're looking at the V's on the front. So there's the V on the right, and then we have the V on the left. You want to insert your hook in that left V through the center of it. And pull up a loop. I like to stretch that loop up a little. Add the second loop on your hook, yarn over, and pull through both. Back in that same V, you're going to make another single crochet. That'll give us 2 V's coming out of that one stitch. Now skip a V, and then in the next, place 2 single crochet. Then we skip the next V, and then make 2 single crochet again. Just continue skipping a V and placing 2 single crochet to finish up the round. After round 5, I'm going to make 3 more following that same pattern, and I'll meet you back. Okay, I just finished up round 8, and I like the height of this cozy. You can keep making rounds to get it taller if you would like. I'm going to show you how to make that little pattern match up on top that we created on the bottom. We have our V's that are on top, the stitches. We're going to insert our hook through the center, picking up that back loop, making slip stitches all the way around. You don't need to make an invisible join or anything, just go straight in to the first stitch, making sure to go under that back loop and place a slip stitch. So pull up a loop and then pull that loop through the one on your hook. Again, insert your hook, pull up a loop, and pull it through the one on your hook. Make sure these slip stitches aren't too tight. And that'll give us that same little pattern on top as we have on the bottom. You can go ahead and clip the cord. Remove your hook and then pull that cord all the way through. You'll need a tapestry needle. We're going to close this by making a fake stitch or an invisible close. So thread the tail through your tapestry needle, and then underneath the top V, not the next one, but the following V, pull that cord through from bottom to top. Now insert your needle through the center of the last stitch we made, pulling your cord through from front to back. Now you can just weave in the end, and I like to tie a small knot on the inside. And you have a cup koozie. I love how fast these work up, and I think they would make really fun gifts for the holidays. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and thank you so much for watching. Bye!